Hey guys, Laura Weigel here with the Will2WOW Jewelry, and I just wanted to share another not walk inspired video, but another inspired video, because I have learned through my jewelry that if you are going through something, then somebody else is. And so the intent is always to help us to feel connected and to know that we're not alone on our journey, whatever that may look like. And by sharing our story and our tools, hopefully that helps all of us to kind of grow as a collective. So what I wanted to share today is a question that I had asked myself during my darkest time. Maybe I'll call it the dark night of the soul, but it was when I didn't know, I don't know what this light is. Didn't know if I was gonna lose my son or not, right? So there was just a lot of pain and things going up, and of course I knew the tools. So we know the tools. We know that we need to recognize our emotions. We need to breathe into our emotions. We need to feel our emotions. We need to cry. We need to journal. We need to release our emotions is the point. But how do you do that when you're so stuck and paralyzed? Because that's where I was then, and that's where I've felt other times. So what I want to say is to start small and to do what you can. So even if that's setting aside a little bit of time every day to just see and feel your emotions, because we have been taught, and we as humans want to just stuff our feelings. We want to stuff them with, my MO personally was perfectionism, list, things to do, right? It could be for other people, alcohol, smoking, going out, whatever it is that you're choosing to avoid your emotions. So I would just really invite you into stepping in and breathing into them and knowing that, you're not going to die. As you breathe into them, a mantra, some mantra work would be really, really nice. And maybe when I publish this video, if I even decide to, I will provide a link, because that helped me so much. Because sometimes we can have what they call monkey brain, right? So you're really trying to calm the mind. But when you give the mind a job and an intentional job, sacred mantra to me personally has really helped. Thousands and thousands of years of intent and repeated chanting have been put into the mantras. So they are very helpful. And I love this stone called Apache Tear. It helps with grief in the sense of helping you to feel really grounded, and the historic intent behind Apache Tear is to help you to release those tears and know that you're going to be safe, because a lot of people feel like they're going to die literally when they step into their emotions, which I think is why we've all gotten so good at avoiding our emotions, especially when things scary come up, like feelings of isolation or abandonment or just complete overwhelm, right? We want to step away from those emotions. So I just want to invite you to still feel them, but feel them in the capacity that you can, so that you don't overwhelm yourself. And to maybe use a little breath work or some mantra work, some crystals, definitely the journaling, because you want to take what's inside and out. And if you're uncomfortable with it, just burn it afterwards, right? But the point is you're taking it from the inside out. Whether you reread it or not, it doesn't matter. Do a video blog for yourself, because then you're taking it from the inside and you're putting it out. And I find that these little steps, they don't take the trauma away, and sometimes they don't even make it easier because you have to feel it. But I want to remind you that no matter what you do, it's not going to go anywhere. Even if you stuff it for 10 years, our bodies are like a little pressure cooker. Our feelings are energy, and they're going to come out, and they may come out sideways, they may come out as anger, self-destructive behavior, whatever that may be. It's much better to just do the work and just sit with them and from them are little gems, right? Little crystals, little nuggets that you're gonna find that will then facilitate some new awarenesses and some growth and some strength. So yeah, Apache tear is great. And it depends on where you feel it, you know, and it depends on what kind of trauma you're going through, whether that be, you know, maybe you're grieving and somebody's passed away. Maybe you've lost your job, you know, so you might feel that your power's been taken away, and you might really feel it in your gut, like your solar plexus area. And if that's the case, you know, then I would recommend maybe some tiger's eye or some citrine, really helping to boost that self-confidence, knowing that you still can move forward in life, even though it might feel scary. You might feel it in your heart. And for that, I would recommend like rhodonite, because it's very heart opening, but it also has some black tourmaline in it, so it's also really grounding. I would also recommend, of course, you know, some rose quartz for that self-love. Rhodochrosite's another great stone. And you could also feel it for sure, you know, in your throat, like you could just be stuck, like it's hard to swallow, it's hard to even breathe. If that's the case, I recommend beautiful aquamarine, blue lace agate are two really nice ones. The aquamarine helping to still give you the courage to unstuck those words, and blue lace agate helping you to just calmly be able to breathe during that time. And then you might also be feeling cloudy in the head, right? Because you're so overwhelmed. I'm sorry about that light. Decision making might be really hard. You know, fluorite is a really good one for that, helping you to make decisions, helping you to focus. Amethyst is great. You might also be getting some headaches because it's hard to sleep, right? When you're going through a traumatic experience in your life, it's very hard to sleep. I still do. Sleep issues has really been where trauma hits me, because my brain just won't really stop. But that being said, I found lepidolite, which actually has lithium in it. It's a beautiful purplish stone. The video was a little impromptu, so I didn't really have the crystals in front of me, and maybe I'll do that later. But I find that it's more authentic when you just speak from your heart when you feel inspired, rather than waiting for the right moment, because then you lose little pieces. So that being said, lepidolite is an amazing stone for just healing trauma, for calming the nervous energy, and to help sleep. Selenite is another really great one because it just helps to cleanse your energy. So all that stuck energy, it helps to really keep it cleansed. So I hope that you find this video helpful, and you know, don't be overwhelmed with all the tips. Of course, it's taken me years of doing the work, avoiding the work, seeing the difference between how I feel when I do the work, when I avoid the work. And sometimes it's going to even feel worse in the moment, but the release feels better in the end. So I really want to encourage you to do that, and I would love to hear from you and what tips you've used. Share those, that might help other people, and if any of my tips helped. Okay, namaste, happy healing.